something called multi-threading. So when you do prospecting, you have to do research. You have to build your own pipeline. You have to find the right fit for your ICP. You need to know your customers that are a fit, because you don't want to waste their time and you don't want to waste your own time. We want to get out the right prospects that can lead to a close. So when I prospected, I was searching for at least 5 to 7 people. I have a direct example for when I reached out to a growth director that turned me down, and then a marketing director turned me yes. Biggest enterprises, they have everything structured. So if I reach a CEO and say, hey, reach out to this, then to the growth director, reach out to the CRO and so forth. And I was very successful with that because I was not afraid. That is the thing. Don't be afraid. It's okay if you make a fool out of yourself. We all do that. I still do that sometimes, and that's okay. We're all humans. So we talk about B2B, but actually it's H to H, it's human to human. It's another human that is, yes, that person is representing a brand, but you're going to do business with a human being, not a brand, right?
Landing a great job opportunity is sometimes very challenging. Breaking into tech and getting hired as a sales rep can be even harder. When I was applying to my first sales jobs, I also struggled with the unknown. What to expect, what the tech industry was like, and how do I break in? After years of being an SDR myself, I've decided to build something I wish I had in the beginning. My name is Stefan, and in the SDR Hire podcast, I interview successful SDRs and salespeople who share their stories straight from the trenches. Learn how they got their first job offers, how they succeed every day in their roles, and what makes them stand out in their organizations. We all have what it takes. We just need someone to remind us of the opportunity and give us a better chance for success. Let's get your next SDR gig. Hey, welcome back to the SDR Hire podcast. I'm your host, Stefan, and if you're a new listener, this is a place where you can learn from top producing sales development representatives, account executives, and other salespeople what it's like working in tech sales. How do you break in? What do companies look for? And how to succeed as an SDR, all for free. And today, we get to hear John Sjögren. John, am I pronouncing that properly?
I accept that pronunciation. It's so hard. For a non-Scandinavian speaker, it's pretty much impossible. Like I was in a meeting with Devin Reed once, and he's like, "I'm not going to even try to pronounce that."
Oh, that's so cool. So can you pronounce it instead of me?
Yeah, Sjögren.
Oh,
and sjö means lake and gren means branch. So a lot of Swedish last names is derived from something that represents things in the nature. So yeah, I'm
that's an
branch. Yeah.
I'm not gonna try. Okay. Okay, so today we get to talk with John. Ever since John entered the SaaS stage, he's worked his way from an SDR to a senior SDR at Albacross to his current role as an operational strategic account executive at a startup called Care to Translate. John has a very rich background spanning from retail sales to selling ad space to working as a teacher, an office manager, and finally, tech sales representative. So John, awesome to have you on board.
Thank you very much, Stefan. It's an honor.
Amazing. So let's just kick things off with your background, which is very rich, as I mentioned, in a lot of different areas. So what was that like, and what led you towards tech sales?
Oh, it's a long story. I'm going to give you the short version, but I can just say in short that I've worked with sales in some kind of way pretty much my whole life. It started off in my teenage years where I was, before Christmases, I was selling Christmas magazines, knocking on doors and say, hey, you want to buy some Christmas magazines? It was tough, but it was a good experience knocking doors. And that led me later on into becoming a telemarketer, where I pretty much was smashing the phone, doing hundreds of calls a day, being one of the best in my team, to calling people in the evening, disturbing private people in the evening, trying to get them on phone subscriptions, and change that to the ones that I was representing. But that was great experience. I was very young and hungry, and that later on with that experience got me a position within the media industry, the advertising space, where I worked for several different newspapers. There was actually two that I worked for. And it was within the construction industry and the financial industry, where, I pretty much used back in those days. It is quite a few years ago, and I'm not that young if some people might see me as very young. It is close to 15 years ago. So pretty much phone was the go-to medium to book meetings. And back then, it was also, once you booked a meeting, you had to go out to the company. I also had tours in other cities where I rented a car and was just driving around out to visit companies and do presentations in front of them. So that was a great experience, but I was very young getting into sales and all that. I was making money. I had my own apartment. I had my car. I had a grown-up life very early. And then, mid-20s, I'm a very, very curious person. And I told myself that I don't want to wake up when I'm later on 45, 50 and thinking, hey, I never went to university. I never lived abroad. I never learned another language. There were so many other things in life that I felt, if I'm going to try that out, I need to do that now. Money is not everything. The most important thing was me to give the most value that I could gain from experiences in my life. So I actually decided to leave sales after many years in my mid-20s. And it started off with moving to Germany to learn German, and lived with a German host family and students from all over the world. So that was totally new experience. They didn't know a word of German the first day. And the host father told me on the first day, this is the only day I will speak English with you. From tomorrow on, it will only be German in this house. So I've always put myself in situations where I'm, out of the comfort zone, so to say.
Gotcha. So you basically spoke English, right? Obviously Swedish, and then you just kind of had to learn German, right?
Yeah. So 9 months with that family, then got back into sales because I was not sure about the next steps. But then after a year within a new sales role within the brand packaging space, I decided that every sales manager, all my bosses thought I was crazy. They said, hey, you have everything going for you, making money, you can become manager soon and stuff like that. I said, that was not the most important thing for me at that moment in my life. I needed much more things to add into my portfolio. I said, I really want to have an academic approach. So I left Stockholm after coming back to from Germany, and then I moved from the East Coast, where Stockholm is, to the West Coast of Gothenburg, and enrolled with the University of Gothenburg and studied linguistics. And that led me back to Germany, where I did an academic year in Munich with German linguistics. And I stayed there because at the moment I stayed there because of love. I met a girl and we stayed there, and I got a job there through connections, networking. It was a guy within the consulting industry within the space sector. And he said, we need a guy that can pretty much manage everything that we're doing in our office. And I was after university, and I said, hey, okay, let's take this challenge on. So
how old are you at that point?
At that point, I was 27, something like that. Yeah. So I worked as an office manager for a consulting firm in Germany for 3 years. But during these 3 years, I also had a very good contact with my bosses, and I told them that I know I've achieved everything that I wanted to achieve once the day I left sales, and I know I want to get back into sales. I have learned another language. I've lived abroad. I have created networking from all over the world. I have gained the academic approach that I wanted to have. I gained a bachelor's degree in linguistics. And I knew that my character was fitted for sales. I just needed more experience in my life that I needed collected before going back. And then after a few years being away from sales, I looked into different industries, and also through the network that I had a friend that was a marketing manager within the SaaS industry, and he said, John, if you want to get back into sales, I really want to help you out. So he helped me land a role at Albacross. It's a company that works with Intet data, has a great product. I can really recommend them. And after being away, of course, I cannot just come in and think I am something. I have to prove myself. Getting into a new industry, the tech space, more complex selling. So I was offered a role as an SDR, and I was beyond excited. Started working for Albacross, and yeah, I just enjoyed it so much because the growth opportunities there were truly endless, and I learned so much every day, and it was such a high-paced environment. And if you're a creative person with an entrepreneurial mindset, that you feel you have so much to give and to learn, there was very much interceptive that way. And that led me, after overachieving quota, after 6 months, led me to become a senior, to help ramp up junior SDRs at that company. And then nice. After a few more months, I was offered a position as an AE at a very small startup, which I am, where I'm at today. And what intrigued me so much by accepting that position was that I'm the first full-time professional sales hire at the company. I was just thinking of everything, all the opportunities, and I knew it was going to be hard, but I didn't realize how hard it's going to be, because it's very different coming into, I would say, if you come into Salesforce, you know everything, all the processes, everything is set. You know what you're going to do. You just got to perform. You know, you got to hit your targets, right?
Yeah.
But when a very small startup, you can be part of the operational processes and help scale everything. And that intrigued me so much. And that's where I'm at today. So I told you that was my short version. I hope you're satisfied with that.
Yeah, no, of course I am. And I think the audience is as well, because I love making comparisons, or rather, I like just giving people the perspective of, you don't necessarily have to come from college and take on an entry-level job and be like an SDR. There are so many flavors, there are so many different backgrounds that people have, and different levels of experience, both in their careers as well as life, where they take on SDR roles, and they all have different outcomes. For example, you went and became an SDR, then you became very quickly a senior SDR, and then you got a role as an account executive, I'm assuming full cycle, at a very early stage startup doing something very interesting. So, I enjoy showing different flavors of sales, so to speak, and the SDR role itself. So I love the way you introduced us to your breaking into tech. I am curious. You said your friend referred you to, or rather, an acquaintance referred you to the company, to your first company, Albacross, right? So What did that experience look like? Was it, how did you apply, or did they refer you and then you got a phone call from an interview from a recruiter or something? Like, what did that process look like? And how
So
long did it take you to land the role? Hey there. I wanted to let you in on a couple of additional resources available other than the podcast and the social media content. So I recently started a newsletter where I break down the best pieces of advice from the podcast about getting hired, how to be a top performing sales rep, into actionable nuggets that you can apply literally as soon as you read them. And in addition, if you're currently looking for an SDR role, you can fill out a form to let me know, and I'll do my best to help put you in front of tech companies hiring for SDRs. All right, back to the show.
yeah, so that's quite funny actually, because the guy that was my team lead, great guy, he was prospecting my friend at that company where he worked as a marketing manager. And he's a master at personalization, and he never got a meeting with him, but my friend replied to him that he knows a guy, that because he looked Albacross up and he said, hey, you look like a cool company. I have a friend that's trying to break into tech space. So he recommended me. So that's how it started. But I sent in my application and I had to go through the interview process and with the CEO and all that, and the hiring manager. And yeah, then I was offered a role, but what I was offered firsthand was as an intern. I really wanted to work for this company, but I was first offered, that's normally how it starts when you don't have a previous experience as an intern. But I said, I'm ready to start full time. And if it's as an intern, then I have to decline the offer. I'm sorry, I really want to work for you guys, but I want to start full time. So, and they accepted that, and that's yeah, so I was very happy that they accepted that.
Nice.
That's how it started.
I see often that, especially people in the let's say early in their careers, I used to be like this as well. I would never negotiate anything. Like, and you can always negotiate something similar to how you did, where you just said, hey, I want to work with you guys. I just don't want to be an intern. I want to go full on board. And although that's not a hard thing to negotiate, but still, you went and you stated your mind. You said what you wanted, and like the alternative was a deal breaker, and so they accepted. What I want to say with this is, like, I guess we should never be afraid to negotiate the things that
No,
we find are lacking in a role, because as much as we need a job, so does the company that is negotiating with us. They need somebody who's going to fill the role. And if we're very much down the road in a hiring process, well, you're probably a good fit. It's just a matter of finding the exact match with your expectations versus the company. So I just kind of took the chance to state my opinion on that. But like, do you agree?
yeah, no, I totally agree. And you should never in life, I mean, like never, I cannot speak for everyone, but don't accept things that that you don't feel 100% with. I mean, like and also in that case, like that also created a lot of trust for me when they accepted that. I was like, okay, that shows that they really want me. So don't be afraid to ask for what you want. Then I was ready to, okay, I'm ready to give more than just 100% for these guys because they're believing in me.
There we go. That's exactly what I was referring to. Amazing experience. And just in short 6 months, you got promoted to a senior SDR. And let's just quickly, maybe you can walk us through what your day-to-day responsibilities were, just so we get a perspective of what changes when you become a senior SDR.
Yeah. Uh, This is not alcohol for anyone who's watching. This is julmust, Swedish, that I'm promoting. It's a soda from Sweden.
What's the name? What's the name?
Julmust.
Okay, another thing.
Julmust. Look it up. It's I'll send you some if you want to after the show, Stefan. Sorry,
Cool.
guys. And Stefan, your question was the day-to-day routines, and yeah.
Exactly.
So yeah, of course, it was very intensive first 2 weeks with the onboarding process. It was so much to learn because I've worked previously with CRM systems, but when I left sales, a lot of things have happened in those how many years? It was 8 years or something like that I was 7 years that I was away. So the technology had advanced tremendously. So there was a lot of new tech to get familiar with. The handcraft of selling, I felt comfortable with. That was not the case. It's just we felt a little bit, of course, nervous because you feel it's after you haven't been on a bicycle for a long time. You can feel a little bit rusty, like, and then you after a few meters, like, hey, I got it. So that's how it felt in the beginning. But the day-to-day, I was responsible for the expansion of the Nordic market. They've tried to break into the Nordic market before I arrived without success. But before I came, to be fair to say, they didn't have anyone really trying full time to break into the Nordic market. So that became my mission. And that mission succeeded because I was targeting mainly enterprise companies. And I knew I had experience from conversation, how to interact and talk with people, for example, with the industrial industry, the construction industry. How do you talk to people from this industry? Because it can differ a little bit from, if you say, fintech, computer software, information technology and services and so forth. Because I targeted anyone that was interested, anyone that was selling a product, a service or a solution that had people coming onto their website and initiated an interest. So what Albatross does is that they revealed that kind of information and data, so the so-called dark funnel. And so you can send this information directly to your sales team and say, hey, this company is showing an interest in looking into this and this on our website, and they have spent this much amount of time, and we don't want to lose the chance. Reach out now to them, and so forth. So you can increase your conversion rates. It's a great product, and I was targeting the enterprise companies, and that is a lot of times hard to reach the right people. But we worked with something called multi-threading. So you had, at least when you do prospecting, you have to do research. You have to build your own pipeline. You have to find the right fit for your ICP. You need to know your customers that are a fit, because you don't want to waste their time and you don't want to waste your own time. That's why we do this, right? So that's within the funnel. We want to get out the right prospects that can lead to a close. So I worked a lot with multi-threading. So when I prospected an account, I was searching for at least 5 to 7 people that I was targeting, because I have a direct example for when I reached out to a growth director that turned me down, and then a marketing director turned me yes, and so forth. So it's very important with multi-threading. And also you can have the highest one within in the management teams that can turn things down, but you should never underestimate to get a champion on board. So it doesn't always have to be the one that's going to push the button to start creating a dialogue, to start creating an opportunity to think that could lead to revenue. So was targeting everything from champions till CEOs, for that matter. But normally for the biggest enterprises, they have everything structured. So if I reach a CEO, they say, hey, reach out to to the growth director, reach out to the CRO, and so forth. And I was very successful with that because I was not afraid. That is the thing. Don't be afraid. It's okay if you make a fool out of yourself. We all do that. I still do that sometimes, and that's okay. We're all humans. So we talk about B2B, but actually it's H to H. It's human to human. It's another human. That is, yes, that person is representing a brand, but you're going to do business with a human being, not a brand, right? So be yourself and be honest, and hey, catch yourself if you do a mistake and be honest about it, and don't make a big deal about it. So I was not afraid going after the big industrial companies, the big companies within the financial sector, like big banks, because you can say, oh, they will never be interested. Have you tried? Have you tried to reach out to the biggest banks? Have you tried to reach out to the biggest computer software companies? Can our small product in their world be a fit? Well, have you tried? Have you done any kind of analysis? Always try. And that's what I did. And I succeeded to book meetings with these really large enterprises. And yeah, I had a very thorough process on a daily basis, how I went about that. And I set structures because it's time management and structure of your day is very important. And I was, I was getting up 5. I wanted to get up at 5 every morning. I did not succeed with that. I gotta be honest with myself. I got up at 5:30 every morning, and I found myself at the gym at 6 every morning. And during wintertime in Sweden, I wish I was living in the south of the globe where you have palm trees, the sunshine. But wintertime in Sweden, you can see out here in my background now, maybe it's pitch black, and it's not that motivating getting up early. It's still pitch black. It is cold. Get yourself to the gym. Didn't stay there for long, but just, that creates such a good feeling for the rest of the day. So did tops 30 minutes every day, every morning, and that created structures in my routines. And then every day to work, I was listening to podcasts. And I also wanted to say that also with podcasts, many people talk about, if you're in sales, listen to this and this sales podcast. What really accelerated me in my role was also try to find podcasts and communities for the person where your target persona is working within. So my target persona was mainly within marketing. So I started listening to marketing podcasts. I don't have a background in marketing, but for me to have more fruitful conversations with marketing directors and managers, it helped me a lot starting understanding marketing from the ground, listening to marketing podcasts. So in the beginning, of course, it's great with sales podcasts and so forth, but for my target persona, it's really helped me start listening to marketing podcasts.
I love this. This is such a good strategy to just learn who you're selling to. And podcasts are probably one of the best places to understand, not specifically a prospect, but like in general, how a group of people thinks, acts, and creates decisions. I would also add to that list, for example, Facebook groups or communities where they spend time just finding ways inside those communities and just trying to be a valuable member rather than like pitching and all that. But awesome. Okay. This has been a very inspiring story so far. I am curious what the experience was like transitioning then after to your current company, and basically like what is different compared to an SDR as you're an AE right now and the first sales hire, if I got that right.
Yeah. So that's a great question, but I would say also that differs. I would say it's differs a lot depending on what industry you're in. If you're working with transactional sales or you're working with strategic sales. I work within the healthcare industry and I work with strategic sales. So it is very long sales cycles. I work both within the private and the public sector, and it is the decision-making progress is a mess within the healthcare industry. And you cannot just call up a marketing director and that person have authority to push the button. There's a lot of people that needs to be involved. If it's a public sector, it's procurement deals. So you need to just nurture and build a relationship with someone within a company until you can be part of something called a pitch day, because they're going to evaluate different companies that they want to do business with, and there's a whole list. I mean, this is a full contract of criteria that you need to fulfill in order to make business with this hospital. So it's very long, it's very strategic, and it's not that transactional. So that thing was totally new for me, and I didn't know much about the healthcare sector before going into it. But I mean, you can get into any industry. You should not be afraid, as long as if you're curious and you're eager to learn, you can pretty much learn anything. There's so much information out there if you're just curious and you have the interest. And if you have that, you can succeed. So within the healthcare industry, I've learned so much. And we also do a lot of like events and fairs where you meet people and you talk to doctors and operations directors and people are head of units at the hospitals and so forth.
Nice.
So yeah, it depends on that question. But how it was for me, back to your question, I would say that it also, I'm thinking, backtracking also now to that question. I wish I could give you one easy answer, Stefan.
Mm-hmm.
It is not one easy answer, because it would have been different if I would have transitioned into an AE role at Salesforce.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying that would have been really tough, but I'm saying it's a huge difference from transitioning from into a well-known brand than into a small startup when people don't know about your logo, your brand. Who are you? Mm-hmm. So you had to start off with, let's say, where we're at today. What do we need to do? How can we optimize the processes that already are in place? What other processes that needs to be implemented, and so forth. So the whole experience that I had, so this is to all SDRs listening, your experience that you will build as an SDR, don't never, ever in your life underestimate how valuable that is, because when you are going to transitioning into an AE role, if that's what you want, it's totally, that is a great role to have, SDR, if you want to stay in that. But I'm saying if you want to transitioning into an AE role, the prospecting skills is, I mean, they're so valuable. So the whole prospecting knowledge that the framework that I learned at Albacross, I could implement that in a new company startup that I'm now working for, Catch Translate. And that has really helped us a lot. I knew which tools we're going to implement. I knew what structures and processes that needs to be implemented in order for us to reach our ICPs and create dialogues, to book meetings and sign contracts. So do never underestimate that experience you're building up working as an SDR. Mm-hmm. It's impeccable value.
And it's invaluable. I love that. I'm just thinking, like, not to miss out on anything specific when it comes to your role at the company. So, who are you currently going after?
The main ICP, the main target persona that we're going after would be head of operations, of course. Head of operations, someone that is head of unit. If there's a surgery unit, it's a great person to reach out to once as head of that unit.
Nice.
You want to get in contact with the head of procurement. We're doing deals with whole regions. In Sweden is divided in the healthcare industry into 21 different regions. So within procurement, you're going to do a whole contract for a whole region that you need to talk to a head of procurement, because you need to gather that's going to gather all the hospitals within that region. It's not just one hospital, and it's many different clinics. But then we can also do business with just one clinic. So it differs.
Nice, gotcha. So what would be your message to SDRs who are just trying to break in and become SDRs, maybe AEs at some point?
Hey everyone, I started SDR Hire in the first place to help as many of you as I can to land your next job, become better at sales, and just help you propel your career. So if you're finding value in this content and you know somebody who will benefit from it, please share it with them, tag them in a post, send them via text, share it wherever you share stuff with your community. And as always, all of this is completely free and is here to help everyone succeed. So your recommendation goes a long way. Appreciate you, and let's get back to the show.
You gotta be curious, and yes, I think that is because you will be like a sponge if you have no previous experience from the role. Being a sponge is just take in as much as you can, and don't be afraid to ask questions. Don't feel like, oh, this might be a stupid question. This actually, I can just give analogy to that. Also, when I was in university and you're sitting in a lecture hall with the professor, people are afraid to ask stupid questions. I was like, heck with this. Like, I really want to understand this. So I'm going to ask this. I don't care if I'm going to look stupid. Then I want to, and the professor was just happy that someone was asking a question. And that I understood then after I asked the question, and it helped me tremendously. It goes same with professionally in your career in SDR, specifically you're new and learning new things. Never be afraid to ask questions. Reach out to your peers, reach out to your AEs, bond with them, like ask them and understand how they're succeeding, and ask them what they need, and anything that can help you to succeed in your role. Also with other departments, showing it, because sales is very much aligned with marketing. Also reach out to marketing and understand, how can we help each other? What do you need? What information would be valuable for the marketing team within the campaigns that you're working with, the newsletters, whatever that you're working with, that you want to go out with, SEO, whatever you're working on.
A very strong message. It keeps coming up, which is curiosity, which is, asking questions and just trying to learn and absorb as much as possible. I love this answer. Where do you see yourself in the next period? Like, what is the next step? So you've been all over the place. You've tried so many things. You finally came back to sales. Like, what's next?
What's next? Now I'm really on the mission for Care to Translate to really scale our commercial organization and really get more market shares, mainly within the Nordics, but then expand into UK and the rest of Europe, and then after that, who knows? But that is my mission. That is things that I would like to succeed with. And I'm really happy at Care to Translate where I'm at. And it's a great product that I'm working for. And it's doing it's a very honorable mission because we're really helping out professional healthcare workers and patients. So that is my goal, to represent Care to Translate and help scale the commercial organization.
Nice. Okay, so let's just jump into the rapid fire questions, and then we can wrap it up. You ready?
Yeah.
And the format is basically a very short answer with a quick question, and then like we've got like 6 of them, 7 of them, and then we're done. Cool.
Yep. Shoot. Right. I'll see if
what would you say is the best sales learning resource?
Like I think we touched base on this beforehand. I said, not just listen to, if you're in sales, listen to sales podcasts, read Never Split the Difference, read Gap Selling, read everything from what is his name, Blunt. Oh my God, I forgot his. He's written what is it called? He's written anything, all the topics about objections and prospecting and everything. Jeb Blount, look him up. Jeb Blount has helped me tremendously in sales. He's written several books, and other than the books, listen to a lot of podcasts. You can follow a lot of great people on LinkedIn that people will always have more experience than you. There's so many more people have more experience than I am, and it's really good. You can learn so much from people that have more experience with than you have. So listen to them. You don't need to do exactly what they're doing, but adapt the knowledge into your style and your outreach method.
Very good.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay, so what would you say is the one best SDR skill?
The one best. The one best, I would say, I'm not going to be boring and say curiosity again, but agile.
Cool. Who would you name as the best sales creator to follow other than Jed Blunt?
There's so many out there, but I gotta be biased, and this is a person that I've worked with. Go follow Jan Benedict Mundorf on LinkedIn. He's amazing. He's a master on personalization, and also someone I would recommend for you, Stefan, to have on this podcast.
Amazing. Okay, I'll add his link in the description. So, what is your one go-to sales channel?
For me, it's cold calling.
Yeah.
I'm
so
old school, cold calling.
In that case, what is your go-to cold call opener?
Cold call opener. I would say that as being a Swede, I'm a softie for permission-based openers. And yes, I know there's a lot of advocates from the States that said, don't do that, people will hang up. Well, I kind of want to have that respect, that I show them that respect by asking if they have a few minutes, because when you ask for a minute, they will directly ask, what is this for? And that gives you the permission. Then here you can really screw up. If you don't tell them exactly for why you're reaching out to specifically them, then you're going to mess up. But if you've done your research and you tell them that, that's going to open up a conversation.
So what would you say on if I picked up, what would you say?
If I called you?
Yeah.
Hi, Stefan. We don't know each other yet. This is a cold call. I'm John Sjögren, by the way, and I'm calling from Care to Translate. Do you have a minute right now?
Yeah, gotcha. Nice. Okay, cool. That was awesome. What would you say is your go-to call to action that you use often?
Call to action. In a cold call?
Yeah, whichever you prefer. Cold email.
Yeah, cold email. If it's a cold email, I love to keep it short. Could be interested to learn more, curious to explore this further. You don't need to keep it longer than that, but raise curiosity to wanting to find out more.
Nice.
That is what I would say. And also with the cold calling, I would also say try to push on the hands-on experience that they would get from having a demo. And they're not signing up for anything, but then they can decide if this is worth to continue a conversation with or not.
Nice. Gotcha. Okay, final question. What is your favorite tech sales acronym?
Tech sales acronym?
Mm-hmm. First one that comes to mind.
CTA.
CTA, there we go.
Yeah, I go with the CTA.
Awesome. Hey man, this was really, really cool. I enjoyed our time together on the pod. I enjoyed your background. I enjoyed like your life story and the lessons that you shared with the rest of the community. So I appreciate you very much, and I'll catch you around.
Yeah, thanks for having me on, Stefan. It was an honor.
Likewise, man. Likewise. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Stefan.
Thank you for tuning in to the SDR Hire podcast, the only podcast exclusively focused on SDRs, where successful salespeople share about their hiring stories and sales adventures straight from the trenches. If you found this useful, Go ahead and share it with someone else you know is trying to break into tech or land their next SDR gig. You can find SDR Hire on all major podcast platforms as well as YouTube. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and catch you in the next episode.